All right, let's check it out. Hopefully it does it. Do it. No. Hit me with your best shot. There we go. Not bad, right? Now it's actually shooting where I should be. Right in the tum-tum. See that? Right in the legs and the lower tum-tum. There we go. Huh. Huh. But we're never going to lose to one of these, so that takes care of that. Okay? So, easy money. Of course, now I'm slowed and life is miserable. Okay, life is good again. So, next up here. Deterioration only applies to your town center and will only begin when you haven't played for several days. How about that? I think we all can clap for that, right? This is a monumental change. This changes the way the game is for everyone. And not just for everyone right now who's currently playing, but players who have not logged in for quite some time. Players who haven't played since alpha or since the open beta. Many different players. This changes the way that you approach the game, not only with yourself, but when you invite friends in to play the game with you, when you're introducing people to play the game with you. This is one of the things you should speaking about. You should be speaking about with them. You tell them about Coreborn, which I assume that you are telling your friends about Coreborn, right? Right, of course. Yeah, big change, much pog, Warsu. You get it. Also, Karai, thank you for using my favorite emote. You're looking out. You haven't even played Tormentosia Guesser yet? There's a reason for that. Hey, Blawball, thank you for gifting a sub out. Elia Nako, welcome. You're now a Coreborn. So deterioration only applies to your town center, will only begin when you haven't played for several days. Now, one of the questions I saw in Discord was, how long is several? Right? And the reply they got was several. And they said, yeah, how long is that? Reply was several. And I gotta tell you from the bottom of my heart, that's correct. It's several. It's several days. But more importantly, what that means for you is, now when you go through here, your concern isn't the deterioration of your wood, stone, your granite, dark wood, your metal, whatever it is, right? You're not concerned about that. I mean, I take care of my stuff. So right now I'm looking around at my place. I have my hammer out and I see no green bars to worry about. Me personally, that's just me. I have no green bars to worry about myself. But isn't that cool now? Where all you have to worry about now is your town center. Like right here. This little baby one right here. This is my friend's. My friend Ray. Now his is currently still in shambles. He had walls. Now he no longer has walls. So the way that it applies is that you'll have to do your last minute changes. So he's still got to fix up his floorboards, right? I'm a member of his town, so I can just be generous and do it for him. So you still have to do it right now, but you can look at it as just one more time. The same way you say one more rep, one more push, one more level, one more hour of gameplay, one more match. You know, there's always one more. So I can fix up my friend's town right here. And then when he comes back, all he's got to worry about is just his town center, right? And that should be the major concern from this point on. Also, thank you, Blawball, for subscribing. Thank you for subscribing. For yourself, after gifting a sub. That was very kind of you. So good looking out. Good looking out. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Just check one. Now, I do want to point out one thing. There is a difference between deterioration that takes place naturally, depending on the material that you use in the building, and the elements, erosion, you might call it. That's a big difference. So deterioration is the natural wearing down of the material or the product that makes up your town center just over time, right? And so that's the thing you're not really concerning yourself with from now on. You're just worried about your town center based on logging in. But erosion is different, and erosion takes place whenever you're dealing with the elements, right? So if you happen to build somewhere like in Moss Seas, because you like it there, Moss Seas happens to see a lot of rain or a lot of dust storms, those are still things that will affect the materials and the structure of your town center. So if you come back and you see your town center is taking a little bit of damage, that's just due to erosion, not due to deterioration. So please keep that in mind as you're playing the game and as you're using materials the entire way. Also, Karai Seraph, depends on the eye level of the town, or depends on the level of the town. Yes, put it that way. Put it that way. Won't go into full detail, but yes. It's another way of having a benefit to your town level. So, of course, as you level your town, you get access to the extensions, you get access to more materials, you get access to material you can use to build your town with. But let's just say there's a benefit too to leveling up your town when it comes to that as well. So to answer your question, the short answer is yes. Here's a fun one. Made some improvements to gathering, and now I may move around while picking resources up. I want to show you a little trick, okay? Now, of course, I can run past this flax right here, right? Target it. Forge, keep running. That's cool, right? We like things that improve not only quality of life, but the speed at which you do things. Like we're all in agreement, we like those things. We like being able to do things faster. Walk past the bush, press E, pick it up. Or, if you're not a fan of E, of course, you can go to keybinds, like 2 patches ago, and you can change your keybind for that, whatever makes you happy. But here's the fun thing. I'm going to pull out Ye Old Axe right here. And watch this. Oh, check that out. How neat is that? No more stiff animations in place. Got a little movement going right there. It's much faster, isn't it? Yes, yes, it is much faster, right? And that's beneficial to not only gathering and mining and like doing all of this is gonna be beneficial, of course, too. Yeah, the animation is a bit faster too, a little bit smoother. I noticed it personally when I was mining. So if I take my pickaxe and I go down here to Ye Old Rock, everything is Ye Old today. So if I go down to Ye Old Rock, forgot where I was for a second. Right here. Watch the speed. Do you see how fast that was? Not only that, if I'm keeping an eye out, because as you know, the Terivas out here are really trifling. Like that one right there. That one right there is always a problem when I'm over here. I can keep an eye out and kind of shift the direction that I'm mining, just so I can move away from where they are. That was one of the problems that I personally faced too, is I didn't like the fact that I was always facing one direction and I felt like I couldn't move away from impending aggro. Not because I couldn't beat them, I could, but because I just didn't want to deal with it. But also too, if you're swinging in a certain direction and you couldn't quite hit what you want to hit, now it's not doing it, stopping and adjusting. I can kind of shift as I'm doing it. So I can see that right there. Run by, pick up E, run by, pick up E. So much faster, much smoother, life much easier. We love all of that. Now, next option down here. Camera shake is now a toggleable option. You can turn on and off. And I believe that was brought up earlier. Who was it? I want to make sure to give you credit for being excited about that, because I do like people who are excited about new things. Greece, new anti-shake toggle. Yeah, so if you go right here into your menu, you scroll down right here under gameplay, you will see disable camera shake. Now I have it on no, but I can just as quickly head over to yes and return to game. And now I don't have to worry about camera shake because it's not for everyone. Motion is different for everyone. Preference is different for everyone. So when thinking about quality of life and accessibility things like motion blur, camera shake is right up there. Personally, for me, I think it's cool sometimes to see the camera shake, but when I'm knee deep in gameplay, I kind of don't want to see it all the time. So it is a thing that I'll turn off. But if I feel like I really want to get involved in what's happening in the gameplay, then that's something that I will turn on. Also, since I can do it now timing wise, I do want to point out one of these things right here. If you noticed, we made some changes to the lighting. What do y'all notice right away right now? What do you think the change into the lighting was? You see it? Everything seems a little darker. Yeah, you're right. Everything does seem a little darker. I wonder if there's something coming in the future that'll benefit from this darkness. I don't know. It's something to think about, isn't it? Beautiful sunset. Oh, that is a gorgeous sunset, isn't it? Oh my gosh. All right, hold on. I'm gonna take a screenshot of that. I'll post that on socials. Oh, it's not lined up properly. Hold on. Let's do it right there. Beautiful. I don't like darkness. By the way, reminder, you can press scroll lock to get rid of your UI on the screen. So, yeah, a little something to keep in line. Lights would help. That is true. You can always craft some lights on the outside, some lanterns. Okay. Cameras shake. This is a fun one. Some new interior items made from lightwood added to repertoire. So again, if we go back over here to our little homestead, I know wow is right. Big time wow. Oh, is that glowing? Interesting. Colors look so nice. Look at the color changes. But if you go in here and you go to your build options and you go down to your lightwood stuff over here, you will see, look at all this beautiful lightwood stuff all lined up. Not only that, but shout out to the graphic team who are always working on the graphics that you have that represent the things that you can craft. So instead of seeing like soon TM or a placeholder graphic, you have a proper graphic here to indicate what it is you actually are looking to craft. But these are all the things you can do to create a very regal home and to bring some life to it. So when you're telling your friends, hey, this is my spot, welcome in, and they're like, where do you sleep? You go, oh, I sleep sometimes on the floor, on the windowsill right here. I might sometimes sleep in the grass. You have a home. Yeah. So don't you have like a bed? A what? A bed. What are you saying? But yeah, it is very noble, right? So if you want to, you can do a chair. Chairs kind of always been there. You can do a chair right there to look out into the area, or you can craft yourself a proper bed. And the thing is, like I said, you have the options for a big lightwood bed, and there's two different types right here, depending on what kind of headboard you want. Or you can have a small one. Looks like a bassinet almost, doesn't it? But you can craft a small lightwood bed. I'm tiny. All I need is my small lightwood bed right here by the window, so the cool breeze comes on. That's all I need, is the cool breeze coming through. Are you planning to make those chairs, etc., sittable? Good question, Yeti. Yes. And I would say part of that comes into play when, if you look back to last week's stream, we were looking at concept art of Liquid Meadows. There were ladders, and I was like, man, how are you going to have ladders if there are areas up above? You know, shouldn't you have a way to get up there? So if you have furniture, you have higher areas, I feel like there are ways that'll be put into the game for you to be able to take advantage of that, right? Why would we need a bed? Nobody's allowed to sleep. More farming. What a taskmaster. No rest allowed. Woof. Yeah, there you go. You can go ahead and just craft yourself some beds, chairs, all different kinds of materials right here. A refined lightwood chair, the special rooms. Don't put a refined lightwood chair in your storage room. You don't need a fancy chair in your storage room. All right, you ain't gotta be that comfy in there. All right. Here is probably my favorite upgrade, I would say, besides the deterioration. And this is beneficial based on how you choose to play your game. When you manage to hit a creature, some of them will now show a glowing effect. Let us know if you think this VFX is helpful in combat. I don't know how you all feel about it. Personally, I'm a fan. So let's go find a poor unfortunate soul. There's one right there. Check what happens during impact. Did you see that? I chose this Riva because if you look at their body and how bright it is, you can easily see it. I personally love this. I love damage indicators, right? Both hits. Turn red on both ones. What do y'all think about that? Personally, I love it. I love it. I love when enemies flash when you damage them. You know what I mean? It's a great virtual effect indicator. You're wondering, did I hit them? Did I hit them? And now you have an indicator that says, yes, you hit them. I love that a lot. That's probably my favorite change outside of Deterioration. I sleep with my 2 golden garnets. One is a blanket, one is a pillow. You are him. You are him. If that's how you sleep, then truly you are different than everybody else. You are built differently. Then we can remove the health bar from the mobs. I don't know. I think when we're looking at a game like this, start to wonder, what can you do for quality of life and accessibility, right? So for me, are these things that you will want toggleable? So you can play the game, I guess, your way, right? So enemy flashing, yes or no, do you turn it on or off, or do you just have it? Enemy health bar, on or off, would you like it? Yes or no, or just toggleable? Even things like, maybe this is just me bringing it up, no one asked for it, but damage numbers. For those of you who are DPS monsters, when you're fighting an enemy, do you want to see the damage numbers pop up above their head? That kind of thing. Of course, everything is always a work in progress. It's always based on feedback. Well, most of the time it's based on feedback. So we're looking at things like this in the future to figure out what works best for the game. But those are all things that you can always put in the idea board or put in the feedback section. And I think that's important right now for this. So when you look at the flashing indicator, go in the feedback section of the Discord, the appropriate section, and say, you know what? I love it. I love how it looks. I would love to see it on all my enemies. It makes me happy. There you go. Thuradin, welcome back for 3 months. Thank you for using your Prime sub. So good to see you. Coreborn Faithful. Hello, Spata. So yeah, big benefit. I think it's dope. Let's scroll down here. Fixed a bug. Always nice when it's fixed a bug, right? Doesn't matter what it is, but fixed a bug that can lead to crashes when you use the travel to Coreheim bug. So obviously you don't be punished for using the travel to Coreheim button. Shout outs to cooldowns, by the way, or the lack of cooldowns. But yeah, one less thing to worry about when just trying to play the game, right? All I want to do is travel to Coreheim and not crash. So you ask and you shall receive. So big shout outs for that. We fixed several issues with the resolution settings, okay? So when we talk about resolution settings, that's been like an ongoing thing. But we've added several options in the resolution menu right here. Now, I'm currently playing on my 4K monitor, so you can see that my resolution can go up to 3840 by 2160, and all the different resos in between. People out here have so many different monitors, right? For different resolutions, you have to accommodate everyone, right? So you can play the game your way. So hopefully this is one of the things that can get rid of the complication of choosing what resolution you want to do, especially if you have one of those wide monitors. Not sure if it'll fix every problem. So as always, do your due diligence. If you've had a resolution problem in the past, if this fixes it, please let us know. Because yeah, it's one thing to put in a comment or a bug and say, hey, I've had this problem with a resolution. It makes the game unplayable. This sucks. I get it, right? Because I've been there before, right? But when the problem is fixed, keep the same energy. Hey, I had this resolution problem. Hey, this fixed it. Thanks. We move, right? So if this is a problem that you ran into, it's a problem that fixed and made life easier for you, please make sure to let us know. I know one of the things that I had a problem with recently was having my resolution stay the same, where I would switch between window mode and full screen mode, and my life's been easier since then. I haven't had to worry about that any longer, so that's a big W for me. And there we go. And next one down here, we also fixed a bug where the gravestones were not reclaimable if you died inside of water, and a few other factors played in. Obviously, no one wants to get KO'd. I wouldn't know about that, but no one wants to get KO'd and then be unable to retrieve your gravestone, because lo and behold, you have some items in here that are green or blue or purple, and your gravestone is inaccessible. That's going to make your life miserable, right? So if you happen to have perished that way, is one less thing to worry about. Wear hat. Oh, I don't have a hat on. I mean, I have this headpiece, but I don't. You're referring to my common leather mask? It's right there. Law boss, it's right there. I also fixed a bug with the Hoarder perk. So the increase and decrease in stack size should not be applied correctly. Again, if you're out there farming, getting lots of stuff, you don't have to worry about your stack size not working properly. And then you come back and you find out you didn't have as much as you thought you did. You aren't getting as much as you thought you did. It's not stacking appropriately. So ain't got to worry about that any longer either. That's a capital W. Right? Right? Right. So for our next fix, I'm going to gather some lightwood really quick. Let's do this right here. Beautiful. Another tree right here. I live beside an entire forest down here, so a very deliberate choice in the home. Can we get necklaces and jewelry stuff? Do you want necklaces and jewelry stuff? Do you want them to be fashion pieces, or do you want them to have stats? You brought it up, Warsu, so spotlight's on you both. So you want one that's aesthetically pleasing, and you want one maybe that's an option to have a stat bonus. Put it in the ideas section. We'll see what happens. Wink. I don't know why I said wink instead of just not winking, right? You can put it in there if you want to. Wink. And then just not wink. Weird energy, Adrian. Hello, Sharuka. Welcome to the stream. We all missed you. Everyone, make sure you tell Sharuka that you missed them. Thank you ahead of time. So let's do this right here. Let's do it up here, actually. I'll just go ahead and delete ye old roof. Turn this around. All the way around. Boom. Done. So, another bug that's been fixed, and this one is glorious, and this bug is right here. We fixed the bug with the PBS twig roof opacity. So, fixed the problem with light not properly going through. So it blocked the light, right? And you had the really dark areas on the rooftop. Now that's not a concern. So if you look up there and you look at my twig roof, you can clearly see the old sky right through the roof, which is cool. And here's why I think it's cool. And maybe you'll agree with me, maybe you won't. Everything's different. It's preferences, right? One of the things was, when I considered using a lightwood roof, I knew that it could not last as long as a stone roof. So it's like, well, I guess I have to move on to a stone roof. But aesthetically speaking, I like the way a lightwood roof looks. I do. I like the fact that I can look through the twigs and see portions of the sky, or see portions of the clouds, and to see the sunset kind of creeping in through the twigs, right? But I know it's not a viable option when it comes to deterioration. Now, erosion's still going to be a concern, but I don't live in an area right here that deals with erosion, so not a problem for Adrian, right? But now, since the deterioration is more to do with the town center after several days, again, keyword several, I can put in this twig rooftop for aesthetics and not concern myself will it hold up. unless it rains. But again, look at that. You see I can kind of look right through the side right there and just see the roof. How beautiful is that? And I think those are one of the things you think about for design choices and when you're building your homes and having it look your way, is that maybe you're worried about how it's going to look while still maintaining functionality, but not worrying about the deterioration where you log in every day, you got to jump up, swing at the roof just to make sure it doesn't collapse or disappear. So there you go. Do we get a clock? Would be very fitting for the nights or sunsets. What about a sundial? Are you also planning more furniture in different styles? Yes. Yes, Yeti. More furniture, different styles, definitely on the menu. By the way, I just love how it looks right there with the light creeping in through the window. You can see the gloss right there on the stone. It's like for me in any game, right? But especially in Coreborn, it's the small things that matter to me. Like right there, just get rid of the UI. Look at that. See the light just kind of shifting, leaning across the rocks. I love that so much. Was the travel to Coreheim bug already highlighted? Yes. When can I get some rain so I can remake the Misty video next to my window? Well, it depends. Would you like to have your very own boombox? So that way you can implement your own MP3s. So then you can ask everyone, beep, beep, who got the keys to the Jeep? And hopefully everyone asks and answers vroom. If not, then don't even bring it up. Can't be a fake Misty fan. That's your bug report? Hey, everyone thank Modusco. You're the reason. Travel to Coreheim bug fix was already highlighted. Nicely done. Thank you. We couldn't do without you. And then right here, we fixed a visual issue with the cloth outfit. So, easy fix right there. If that was a problem for you, cool. If it wasn't, then we'll just ignore it. If that's a problem with you, congratulations. If not, that's all right. And then again, right there, we made some changes to the lighting, and you saw that taking place outside. And one could assume and presume that that could be the transition as we get closer to dark as the night.